We get our thinking caps on every day to throw a question out at the universe and see what answer comes back. Now, we thought we'd ask this question about the internet just because everybody is on it at the moment. We're working from home, streaming TV, entertaining kids, doing learning and talking to the family too. So, what happens if we run out of internet? Let's have a word with Stacie Hoffmann from Oxford Information Labs. Good afternoon to you, Stacie. Thank you so much for joining us. Can we run out?
Hi, Vic. So very simply, no would be the right answer here. We need to remember the internet is extremely resilient and flexible. It was actually designed to survive a nuclear blast.
Wow.
So us using it at home is going to be fine.
So why does it keep slowing down then? Why does Mum all of a sudden disappear and start doing this weird stroby thing?
Yeah, so there's a variety of reasons why that might be happening. And we need to remember that for network service providers, this is their daily task. This is what they're doing behind the scenes, but we don't realize it. And it could be because there's been a 75% increase in people streaming online or especially gaming. So those services are starting to slow down their traffic a little bit so that we can have a lot of other traffic flowing on the network. So there has been an increase of daily use across the network because we're spread out more than usual, but it's still nowhere near the nighttime peak average.
Weirdly, where I live, on a Friday and Saturday night, you can't make the iPlayer work, the BBC iPlayer. It just stops on a Friday night. And is that because of massive demand?
That is because of massive demand, but it also has to do with the type of services that we're asking the internet to provide to us. So video streaming, for instance, is one of the heaviest services that you can ask for. And the more people that you have doing that, the more congestion that there will be on the network.
I see. Now, we allegedly have fibre where I live. It's fibre broadband. It's not made a massive difference. What difference does that make?
So it does make a huge difference, but what's the most important thing to understand is that what we call the last mile, and this is that last bit of connection that goes from the local internet box to your home. And for a lot of people, that is still copper wire, and that's going to be quite a bit slower than fiber. So that might be another reason why people feel like their home internet connection is maybe a bit more sluggish than they would get in an office, particularly if they work in town.
Oh, I see. So the fibre only comes up to the house and then it comes into the house on normal wires. So, well, is there any point in having it then?
Yes, there is, because it's still moving a lot of traffic at a much faster rate across large distances. And as they build up the networks, fiber will get closer and closer to our houses. So it will eventually get to the point where you don't really see much of that difference.
That's good to know. Now, in terms of making our internet work a little bit better at home, if you've got lots of devices and things like that, it can cause problems, can't it? I heard that things like microwave ovens can have an effect. Is this true?
So this is actually the first time I've heard this, but having done a bit of research, it does seem that that's true in that it uses the same type of airwaves as your wireless. Now, if you were on an Ethernet connection, that wouldn't make a difference. It has more to do with Wi-Fi in your house. I think what's more important to think about is who's connected to your house Wi-Fi at the same time and what they're doing on it. If everyone's trying to do a FaceTime call or a video call and download Netflix, you're going to have a much slower, sluggish internet than you would if people were sending emails. I
see. But the good news is we're an awful long way from making it all fall over, so we should just crack on regardless and not worry.
Exactly. There's plenty of bandwidth and resources for the internet locally. We're not near the breaking point yet, so it's not something we need to worry about.